this is Darcy from Food for Your Life, Food for Your Soul. I was going to do a quick video on persimmons. For those of you who don't know what a persimmon is, it's actually a fall fruit that will typically grow in zones 4 through 9. And I believe they originated in Japan. Now there are a couple different varieties of persimmons, and we mainly know persimmons as astringent and non-astringent. Now the non-astringent varieties that are very palatable that you can pull off the tree and eat are typically known as the fuyu persimmons, and they're like kind of short and squat like a tomato. Like I said, those are something that you can readily pull off a tree and bite into and eat. They're very palatable. The hachiya persimmon, though, is quite astringent. If you were to pull it off the tree when it's firm and take a bite, it's not very palatable then. And you usually have to wait till they're really kind of mushy, really soft, before you could actually eat them and for them to be non-astringent. And so oftentimes the hachiya are something that people wait till they get kind of pulpy, and you can use them in baking, where the fuyu can be readily used in something like a salad. So those are two of them, and I guess there's a third type called goma that's also not astringent, that's primarily in Japan. So recently I was able to figure out another way to actually utilize the hachiya astringent persimmons other than like waiting till they're a mushy pulp to bake. I actually took them when they were firm and cut them into thin slices and placed them on my dehydrator. And I found out that they dehydrate pretty well, and they're quite tasty. It could be like basically eating like a banana chip or a dehydrated apple slice. And what I was able to do is actually able to use them recently to garnish a cake. So what I did was obviously slice them into thin slices and put them on my dehydrator for roughly, I'm going to say, probably 8 to 10 hours. I think it kind of depended on the thickness of the slice, whether or not they dehydrated. Now, I noticed when they dehydrated, I tried to wait longer, and maybe I needed to go longer, but, and this is something I need to probably experiment more, but the most I could get it to was kind of like a little pliable consistency. I couldn't get them to the point where they were like completely dry and snapped, and I don't know if it was like the sugar in the persimmon, but that was basically the best I could do. Now, I did try to dehydrate the pulp into a powder, and the best I could do is I made it basically essentially a fruit leather, which was also very tasty. But it wasn't quite the consistency I was hoping for, because I was hoping if I could powder it, and maybe this is something I need to experiment more with, that it could be a way that I could then later reconstitute it in a pulp and maybe be able to use it in something that could store a little bit better than throwing a bag of persimmon pulp in my freezer to later use as cookies. So it's something, I'm worth wanting to experiment more. And if anybody else out there has been successful, please let me know in the comments, because maybe I just need to like leave it on my dehydrator longer. But anyway, like I said, maybe this is an idea that you can use is for your hachiya persimmons, is to cut them up in slices and dehydrate them. So anyways, God bless, and have a very productive day. And for those out there that celebrate the holidays, happy holidays. Right now it's around, we just had Christmas yesterday. So anyways, God bless.